been partially living in Rome for about 8 years now. You will not believe me, but I was never scammed or robbed here.
No, grazie.
Well, the key factor of this, I would say, a combination of initial knowledge and common sense. And this is exactly what I want to share with you today. I don't want to scare you. Let's take a walk around Rome and I will show you some very typical common scam and tourist traps I really want to avoid you guys when you come into Rome. Let's go. Okay, let's make a quick stop while we're here. That little kiosk right there. Let's go there together and ask exactly how much is a bottle of water over there. Buongiorno. Una bottiglia gassata, per favore. Quanto costa? 2 euro, grazie. 2 euros. Told you many times in my previous videos, if you want to save your money on water, you can use one of those 2,000 Nasoni fontaine. They all located all around Rome. You can even check them on Google Map. Just type Nasoni or drinking water in Rome and you will have a whole map of those fontaines. Just not every fontaine, right? Drinking fontaine, Nasoni. Looks like this. And this is exactly where the harshest one happening, right next to Fontana di Trevi, because the crowd here is insane all year round. So the first major scam I keep seeing here all the time, how it usually starts. Experts from African countries, they're coming to you saying, you're from Africa. They're trying to start a conversation with you. After that, they will be telling you a sad story about their family, showing you pictures, which are usually fake, asking you for money. But the worst thing, guys, well, to give them money or not, it's completely up to you, but just remember, they most probably, those are not their families, those are not their kids. It's like it's a group crime and they're acting as groups. The worst thing, guys, when one guy is talking to you and, you know, bullshitting you with all these questions, the rest of them might just pickpocket you. My advice, walk away, don't react, don't say anything, don't say grazie, don't say thank you, say nothing, just walk away. Another scam is a bracelet scam, which is becoming really crazy lately. So this is the person who's coming to you and putting like cheap-looking bracelet on your wrist. And the brutal thing of this is you might be taking pictures and you don't even see them coming from behind, but they will put this thing on your wrist, demanding money from you. They're asking you to give you some money towards their family, to help their families out there. They might also start showing you pictures, which are usually fake pictures of their relatives, kids, and so on. The same things. Those guys, they're working as a group of people, so while one of them talking to you, the other ones, you know, so be careful. If you have this bracelet on your wrist, take it off. Just shove it on the ground, just walk away. Very similar thing. It's petition scam. They're working as 2 women or 3 women working together, and they're coming to you saying nothing, just pointing out on a piece of paper with a pen and pointing you that you need to sign something. They are working for a world organization to protect something. It can be anything. So basically just a piece of paper with a signature, and they just putting it into your hands without saying anything. Guys, be aware, as soon as you take this in your hand, being nice, being polite, you know, not be rude to disabled people, they're not, believe me. As soon as you take this petition and a pen in your hands, their companions will clean your pockets. And guys, do not really support this sort of business. This is absolutely illegal. They have no right to do this. The police, they don't do much about this because it's just way too many of them. Everything they're selling, it will not work for a long time. If you need a charger, just go to a decent shop, but things like this, just no. That crowd was insane. So Talking about those crowds and gatherings like this, you will see a lot of them around Rome, for example, like street singing or street music performance. When you see this crowd, okay, I understand, we're all curious and want to know what's happening or to listen to some music or some singing. When you're part of this crowd, when you decide to stay there, mind your belongings. And talking about pickpockets in Rome. Guys, it's not a big news. It's a capital, it's one of European capital. Pickpocketing things, quite typical. So, how to avoid those? Guys, make sure that you have two types of bags with you. First type is crossbody bag, which goes across your body and you can literally like hold it with your arm. Make sure it has all the zips and all around so your belongings are safe inside. And that crossbody bag, at least you will put your wallet, your ID. If you want to have your passport with you, I would advise you not to lose it, or if it's like in case it's stolen, take a picture of your ID on your phone, and if local police stops you, you will have your picture on your phone, and take with you this form of ID which is not as essential as your passport. Things like your cameras, like filming equipment. Well, guys, I do have it in my backpack. It's really secured, but I don't really walk through the crowds. I'm going through them just to show you how they look like. That's why I'm usually keeping my camera right in my hand, so I never lose it out of my view. If you're waiting in the queue or in the crowd next to Fontana di Trevi, put your backpack, in front of you. So it's gonna be in front of you. In this case, nothing is going to be stolen from behind. Another thing, when you're sitting in a restaurant, on a street restaurant, outdoor cafe, in the table outside, always keep an eye on your belongings. Never leave your belongings unattended. Make sure that your backpack and your crossbody handbag is properly closed, and never ever leave it out of your view. And don't ever think about leaving your phone on the table of that outdoor cafe. Like really, there is a huge chance you will just say goodbye to it in no time. After having such an amazing pit stop for traditional Roman gelato, I think, guys, this is time to talk about tourist traps. I would say major two you should expect and avoid when you're in Rome. Coming after my favorite and definitely authentic traditional Italian place for gelato, Giolitti. It's in Rome city center, again 2 steps away from Pantheon, Piazza Navona and all these attractions. But there are 2 major tourist traps here in Rome. It would be fake, far not authentic Italian restaurants and fake gelato. Let's start with fake restaurants. Of course, they're not like fake. They exist, they're there, they have tables, menu, waiters and all these pleasant things. But the food is not authentic and the prices are insane. Absolutely insane. How to spot those places right away? First of all, alarming sight that those places are open lunchtime. Usually authentic traditional Italian restaurants which are opening for dinner will start opening later daytime, like at 7 p.m, 8 p.m. It's a tradition in Italy. You will never have your dinner earlier than that here. If the restaurant opened the whole day, well, for me, it's a big sign that it's just a tourist trap. Another thing, menu in English, and especially menus in English with pictures of the food they're serving. Guys, first of all, Italians know exactly how their food looks like. The restaurants don't need to pay how pasta carbonara looks like. We all know this. And another thing, the menu, ideally, in a traditional restaurant, maximum it will be in Italian, translated into English. If you have your menu all in English, this is quite a clear sign that most probably this is a tourist trap. And they have those guys outside asking you to come inside the restaurant and have food there. Honestly, guys, not authentic, traditional, old school Italian restaurant would ever have service like this, that they like literally grabbing you by hand, trying to drag you. in their restaurants. No. And by the way, guys, if you really want to have authentic traditional places, they all listed in my Travel to Rome guide. You cannot go. The most traditional restaurants, Italian restaurants in Rome, listed in my Travel to Rome guide. Those restaurants were advised by the locals, by Romans themselves, and tested by myself many times. You cannot go wrong with them. And our thing number 2, fake gelato. How to separate real Italian gelato from a fake one. First of all, pay attention how many flavors they have. If it's written somewhere 100 flavors, 150 flavors, 100% this is fake gelato and has nothing to do with the traditional one. Second, the colors. Italian gelato made of natural ingredients only. And when you see ridiculous colors like bright pink, all these neon colors all of a sudden, or crazy flavors like bubblegum, like, I don't know, all this, what else I saw recently? Bubblegum, Oreo flavor or candy floss flavor. Guys, this is bullshit. It does not exist. That gelato, guarantee this is fake. So choose the colors which are close to natural colors, like pistachio, caramel, you know, coffee color. So you will spot them right again. If you want the most traditional, authentic Roman gelato, go to Giolitti. You cannot go wrong with this place. But also, pay attention if this gelato well above the ages, it's also fake, because to preserve Italian gelato, the containers they served in, they must be fully closed. If you see those peaks of gelato above the ages, it means that it was there forever, and they can keep it like this for a very long time. Fine, 2 more very typical scams happening here in Rome quite often would be, first of all, those pictures with gladiators. Let's be honest, fake gladiators. They're not gladiators. More than that, they're not even Italians. So what they're doing, basically they're jumping on tourists' pictures, or they can even take a phone like, okay, let's take a picture together, blah, blah, blah. The only thing they don't tell you that right after taking your picture, they will be demanding some money from you. I've even heard some stories that they're saying that they will not return you your phone until you give them some money. Well, I had this experience with them before. They jumped on my camera the same way, but honestly, I so don't care about people like this. So I just said hello to them, goodbye to them, and kept walking. That was my approach. Another very typical scam you will have, not scam, like, you know, this unpleasant thing you will have in Rome. Usually it happens when you sit in the restaurant, evening time, or Piazza Navona, or a place like this open door outside tables. It will be a guy selling flowers. He will be especially there targeting the couples, and if you're having your dinner together, this guy with these flowers, he will approach you asking you to buy those flowers. Jokes like, this is my brother and he hates me, or he's gay and I'm the one to give him flowers. Those jokes, don't work with them. My approach with those flower guys, same as with gladiators, just say, I don't have cash, I have only card. Thank God they don't have card readers, card machines yet here in Rome. So when you're saying to these people that you don't have cash, you have only card, usually they will just disappear. Thank you so much, guys, for spending such an amazing day in Rome with me. I hope now you are ready for your next trip to Rome and familiar with typical scam in Rome. I love you so much, ragazzi. Ci vediamo, stay safe, be happy, and as our tradition goes, I will see you next week. Love you so much, ci vediamo presto. Ciao, ciao, ciao.